Okay, y'all. This is story time about how I tapped into my psychic gift, how I've been able to hear and see things, and I can predict certain things that is coming, and how everything kind of played out for me to master my gift and understand my gift, right? Okay, so a lot of people don't understand when you're tapping into your spirituality and you're coming into a spiritual awakening, something major usually happen in your life to make you kind of like tap into this, right? So at this time I was actually like dating this guy. He was an Aquarius. I was just playing. But he was an Aquarius, and Aquarius are so good at flaking on you. Like they ghost people. Like during relationships, or especially if they're not healed, like they vamp out on you. One minute they fucking with you tough, they rocking with you tough, and then next minute you know they just ghost you. No phone call, no show type thing, right? I ain't gonna lie. This Aquarius had me in a chokehold. I'm a Gemini. We kind of like go well together sometimes, right? So, I was in dealings with this person, and he did his little one too, where he up and decided he was gonna disappear on me. He caught the first thing smoking to Virginia, like literally caught the first thing smoking to Virginia in the midst of so much going on in my life, like crisis wise, right? I own my home, and during this time, like it was like I'm about to be so authentic with y'all, like upfront, like tell y'all the truth. But at this time, the house that I owned or whatever, I was kind of going through some stuff. I had lost my job, I had lost my car, and I was like falling behind on things, and this house that I own, this was like my first time like experiencing any of this during this time of me owning a home. So I really didn't know how things operate, when you own a home and you start falling behind and stuff like that, right? So when all this was going on, I also had became an STNA, and I also was going to school for doing hair, and I was like close to graduating, right? Cosmetologist. So I'm doing hair, busting out hair from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep to try to maintain money flowing in and stuff like that. And then I came across where I could like work this job where I can do STNA work and just pick up shifts, and I get paid the same day type thing. All my health workers, y'all understand what I'm talking about. So I end up, picking up a shift, and I end up, busting out here or whatever on this particular day. It's the same day that he decides to tell me, oh, I'm leaving. I'm about to catch, the first thing smoking to Virginia. I'm in the midst of doing someone's hair. I'm like, dang, like I can't stop and, being professional, couldn't stop and just, chase after this man or even like argue him down. Like, dang, you gonna leave me now during this time? Whatever. So he leaves, and I hear something like, don't even start no argument. Don't chase. Just keep doing what you're doing. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I continue doing hair. I get a knock at the door. At the time, I had just finished up the person's hair that I was doing. She was about to walk out, and while she's walking out, someone is knocking on the door. Y'all, it's the water company. And this is so messed up is because they was coming to shut my water off, and like I want to say like I was like $6 behind or something because I didn't pay the full amount. And I had picked up a shift for that evening. I was going to leave out after doing her hair so I can, get the money the next day or the same day or whatever. It was like a night shift or whatever. So I didn't tell y'all this part, but I had start looking into this stuff, and because due to me being like raised under Christianity, I was kind of like scared, but at the same time, I was intrigued. And me being the Gemini that I am, once I am intrigued with something, I don't care. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to go look into it, and I'm going to go find whatever it is that is pulling me towards it. So I continue to like look into this stuff around tarot readings, about spirituality and all that. My mom always said I was the child that always questioned everything. So I came into like candle magic, and I decided on this particular day, before I started doing hair or anything, I was gonna light a white candle. I looked into it, the meaning of it, and it stated new beginnings and bringing new beginnings in and accepting new beginnings, and starting over fresh. So I'm like, shoot, ain't no harm can be done to it. So I looked into what I needed to do. I got me a white candle. I cleansed the outside of it, pulled all the stickers off, and I lit this white candle, right? And it said, whatever you do, don't blow it out, or, don't put it out. Allow the candle to burn completely out. And it also, I looked up where it states that you can even enhance what it is that you're asking for by writing it down on a piece of paper and folding it 3 times towards yourself. So I wrote down on this piece of paper what it is I was looking for, what I was in need of. And to be honest, I didn't truly understand what I was doing at that time. So the things that I wrote down, now that I look at it, was kind of selfish, and I should have thought about asking in a whole different way. And what I meant by this is that I asked for things like, I want money to come towards me. I need money. Or I asked for my house to be remodeled. I asked for time to be spent with my kids, right? These is like some of the major things that I asked for, because it's going to go hand in hand with this story that I'm telling y'all. So I put these things down on this piece of paper, and I folded it 3 times towards me, and I slid it underneath this white candle that I lit, and I allowed it to burn, right? Now, mind you, I said on this day, but I actually had lit the candle before this day that everything kind of like started transpiring. So the candle was already lit, it was burning, and it was actually towards the end of the candle where it was about to burn out when everything started to unfold. We gonna go ahead and say hell broke loose. So the candle goes out, and the Aquarius leaves. He gets on the first thing smoking to Virginia. My water gets cut off. And I just got done doing hair, and I just picked up a shift, right? So the water get cuts off or whatever, and I have 3 kids, and I'm just like, dang, I gotta make something work. And I got pride, like I ain't gonna lie, like I'm learning how to deal with this, but sometimes your pride will put you in fucked up situations, right? Even more. But excuse my language. But I end up not wanting to tell my mom or anybody that I was suffering or even going through it. I didn't want nobody to know. Like, I always want to try to figure out how to do things by myself. So anyways, I go and I pick up this shift or whatever. I work, I come home, kids and us is at home, and I'm learning how to deal with not having water in the house. I go get one of those 5-gallon things or whatever, so I can go ahead and just do whatever I need to do until the water get put back on. Because I picked up the shift, I got the money, I paid it, but you know how the water shit, all the companies is, they will come turn your shit off like that, but when you pay them, they want to take forever to come back out and turn the crap back on. But anywho, so I end up paying the amount that was due and a little bit more onto the water bill or whatever, just so I could kind of like stay ahead. And I pick up another shift, and the water company stated that they were going to come out in between like whatever times or whatever. And I'm like, dang, I gotta go. They like, somebody gotta be at the house in order for them to turn the water on. I'm like, dang, I done picked up this shift and I really need it. I'm going to go do this shift, and I'm just going to pray that they turn my water back on. So I leave or whatever, and I guess when I leave, the water company actually shows up and they turn the water back on. Whew, it gets a little crazy after this.